I'm trying out a Japanese superfood from 7-Eleven. Hi, I'm Scott. Of course, I'm talking about natto. This is a traditional fermented Japanese food which is really well known for its stickiness and its very unique flavour. You may have seen it being eaten in the recent TV show called Shogun. So it was kind of a funny scene when the actor Cosmo Jarvis tried natto for the very first time. The character he plays is called John Blackthorne. So in the scene where he tries natto for the very first time, he says this. It's a bit like cheese, very stinky, possibly spoiled cheese, but quite enjoyable. So I wouldn't really agree that it tastes like rotten cheese, but it's one of those flavors that, it's kind of really difficult to describe. It looks really daunting when you see it for the first time because of its sliminess and its rather a pungent smell. But I think if you have it maybe 4 or 5 times, the flavor starts to grow on you and you really, you fall in love with it. So it's usually eaten over rice, as you can see in the packaging here, and it's a really popular breakfast food actually. But one of the most amazing things about natto is its health benefits. Here are some of the things that it can do for your body. So you may be thinking, Scott, how is it made? Well, I'm no expert in the subject, but apparently it's made by getting boiled soybeans and putting them in straw. And then you wrap them up in the straw. So on the surface of the straw, there is a bacteria called Bacillus subtilis. Sounds like something of Harry Potter, doesn't it? And the bacteria ferments the sugars which are present in the beans and turns them into natto. Here's a more detailed explanation if you're interested. So let's get a closer look at this wonderful, gooey superfood from Japan known as natto. So pretty exciting stuff, eh? So let's get cracking, we'll put all this together. So if you're a fan of Japanese food, you've probably seen these in your local Japanese supermarket, but they come in these little polystyrene packs here. They always come in these packs, I don't know why. And you just open them up like this. Oh. And then when you open up, you can see, oh! You get a little pack of tare, which is made from katsu, which is the bonito fish stock, and a little sachet of mustard. Now I'll let you into a little secret here. So sometimes it's difficult to get this little film off the top. I'm going to show you a secret hack. So you get your chopstick like this, and you pierce a hole here, and then you can just go like this. Do, 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 do. Magic. That saves a lot of hassle. So that's the natto with the tare and the mustard added in. So Japanese people say you should mix it for 100 times. Let's get cracking. So they say once it starts to go white and kind of creamy, then that's it basically ready. You can see this is kind of like creamy looking. So apparently the more you mix it and the more air you introduce into it, the healthier it is. So don't just mix it a couple of times, mix it until it's nice and creamy like this, okay? Well, that's what they say. And this is the rice we're going to be having. It's just a small serving. I bought this in a pack of 3. So this is the bowl we're going to have it in today. Isn't that a really cool bowl? I know a really good shop that sells lots of cheap bowls like this, and it's all over Japan. If you want to know where I got it from, ask me in the comments. There we go, that's our rice already, steaming hot. So as you'll have seen in the video earlier, I did add lots of other things to it, but this is just the basic dish. This is natto with rice. That's what it looks like. So I'm just going to try it first, just as it is with the rice and the natto, to give you my impressions, and then we'll add some other stuff, okay? So it's really slimy. You can see it's like this. It's super slimy. So it could be a bit off-putting for some people, but let's go in for a bit of a bite. So it's actually quite difficult to talk when you've had natto because the entire, it's like your mouth is just coated in glue or something. I didn't foresee this happening, but it's difficult to talk when you've got a mouthful of natto. So as for the flavor, so basically we're talking beans. This is beans, but they are fermented beans. So I'm used to the smell, so the smell actually smells really nice to me. But some people say it smells like cheese, smells like stinky feet, or it smells like armpits or something. For me, it just smells like, I don't know, a kind of a beanie smell. It's a very earthy flavor, very natural flavor, and you can just tell when you're eating it, it's doing something good for you. It's very difficult to explain, but yeah. So you can see it's got loads of beans, loads of protein, lots of good stuff in there. And yeah, as I said, it's a staple at the breakfast table. How does it taste? It tastes like natto. So I'm going to add a few other things to it, right? First things first, I'm going to add an egg yolk. You may be thinking, Scott, are you crazy? You're going to die. No, because Japanese eggs have very strict standards when it comes to health regulations and all that kind of thing. So nobody ever gets sick from eating a raw egg in Japan. It's a really common thing to do. Didn't do that very well, but oh, there we go. Next, I'm going to add some flavored sesame. This is basically furikake, which is rice seasoning. So stick a little bit of that on there. Adds a nice nutty flavor as well. It's got a bit of flavor too. Next, I'm adding some kimchi. Of course, this is a Korean food, but it's very popular. So this is a fermented food. This is a fermented food. You get the double punch. It's super healthy. 2 superfoods in one bowl. And to finish off, I'm adding some seaweed, which I think this is called mozoku, which is another super slimy superfood. 3 super slimy. Look at that. Oh my goodness. All these good things. Oh my goodness, I'm going to be so healthy. So we've got natto, we've got slimy seaweed, we've got kimchi, we have the raw egg yolk, and some nice rice. So what we're going to do, we're going to mix it all together. Especially get that egg all mixed in there, it's going to give it a nice creaminess. So of course you could just eat natto and rice on its own, which is what a lot of people do. But a lot of people do add something in it just to add a little bit more interest, you know. go. You can see it in all its slimy goodness. That's what it looks like. So let's go in for a taste with all these goodies in it. Oh, this looks so good. Oh, look at that. Does that not look amazing? That is so healthy. I just couldn't help myself. I ate the whole blooming thing. I think you know what my rating's going to be on this one. So as for a rating, I'm going to give this 5 out of 5. This is very cheap. It's very easy to put together. It's super healthy. It's the traditional Japanese experience. What more can you ask for? Fantastic. Big thumbs up from me. Okay, thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.